Hi Capricorn, here is a general look at your solar chart for December 2012, but before I speak about that I just want to mention the bigger picture here, because this is no ordinary December. It's the famous one that all the speculation has been about in the past, and so just a few words. My thoughts on this in a nutshell. The winter solstice on the 21st of December 2012. At that time the moon is going to be in Aries. The moon moves once every 2 days, so then it's going to be in Aries, and the sun will be conjunct an asteroid called Juno, which is worth a mention, and it's also in a wide conjunction to Pluto, and so this will tone the sun's energies when we're coming into this huge lineup with our sun and the galactic center. So Juno represents a sort of remembering, and I think this is going to be about a collective remembering about why we as spiritual beings came into these dimensions in the first place over this time following this galactic lineup. Many of us have already started this remembering process, been going on for well over a decade, and I think this is just going to increase. And also why we particular spirits have decided to be in these very limiting dimensions at this very pivotal time in Earth's history. And from that date onwards in particular, things will just start to accelerate more, and there's probably going to be more spontaneous awakening, also sightings of various kinds as well, because from what I have been given, it's not just us who are shifting, it's the whole shebang, and so the whole galaxy is shifting. And it depends on how well we do. The effect will have this knock-on effect to all the way up the ladder, as it were. So we're going to be increasingly reminded of our deep past, I think, and to our soul family and to our spiritual path. December the 21st, 2012 is the turning point moment. When the Sun and Juno and Pluto are going to help us emerge from this long galactic winter of 25,626 years, give or take, and into the first rays of this galactic spring. And we're going to begin the long trek back. And also our solar system is no longer going to be orbiting away from the galactic center, but it's going to start coming back towards the galactic center from this date. And also on this date is very, very powerful energies. We get a sort of a clear shot into the galactic center. All along the same plane are Earth and the galactic center, so it's very significant. But we're going to be increasingly, over the months and years to come, increasingly, as I say, aware of our origins as spiritual beings of light, and not just in a random way here as an accident or something. We have a lineage, we have a history, and there is a huge structure and rhyme and reason to it all. And as we begin this age of Aquarius, the long remembering begins in earnest, and we start to remember not only our origins at the beating heart of love and unity from Source, the embrace of our ancestors, but also our origins in pure light, but also we come back into right relationship with the mothership, and that's to say Mother Earth herself. So that's the sort of few little thoughts there about this whole time we're in. Now for you Capricorn, and I think I'll put a video out about that when I get myself organized, but my thoughts organized. But for you Capricorn, on a personality level, this month is the time before the sun comes into your sign, which it will do on the 21st. So this is a very significant time for you. And until the 21st, the energies will manifest as a sort of pull to things in the background, and also you will feel a pull to be a more sort of inward, really, and perhaps doing things on the level of service, maybe beavering away, you know, burning the midnight oil, beavering away in the background, and have to be there for others, have to be a support in some way for others, but don't forget to be a support for yourself and draw that line in the sand. Actually, the sun until the 21st is in a karmic house, and so therefore your thoughts might be going back to the past, or past actions and decisions and behaviors. And the current position of the sun will be activating the area of your solar chart to do with nurture. That's you being the nurturer or you being the nurtured. Compassion as well, higher service, and you may find you just got to make more space in your life for others to sort of lean on you in some way, putting your personal preferences to one side. This is good news for anything artistic, because this area does mean that the sun in this area triggers the imagination, and also your dreams, your inner knowing as well. But it can also activate your bad habits, your bad reactions, your baggage from the past also, so just be aware of that. And there's probably going to be more going on inside of you than certain others actually realize, Capricorn. But don't let your inner frustrations or fears get the better of you. And from the 21st itself, the day of the solstice, when the sun comes into your sign, the way for you should begin for you to be clearer about what to pursue, and be more confident, you know, get more clarity for yourself personally. When the sun makes a perfect conjunction with Pluto, which is in your sign, on the 29th and 30th, there could be some sort of inner turmoil going on, and a kind of conflict between the head and the heart and the gut. And really, you know, the bottom line is that when it's any whiff of Pluto around, is to really listen to your gut and trust your instincts, no matter what the noise is up here. But of course, you've got to learn how to balance everything together as best you can. But I would say with Pluto around, your gut instinct is going to serve you well during that little period there. And of course, some of you Capricorns will be getting the Pluto transit right on your sun at the moment. So to find out about that, go to my website where it will be written up there. And there will be you'll be getting used to the ups and downs and the changes. But this is going to be a time of huge renewal for you when you come out the other side from this radical evolutionary energy, which might give you a bit of a kick up the backside and a bit of a shock as well with Uranus there, but will definitely put your life on a much better footing subsequent to the Pluto transit and also the Uranus transit. But as I say, that part is written up on my website. I'm not talking about just these 2 days here, 29th and 30th. Now there's going to be a new moon as well, and that's happening on the 13th. There is a new moon every month. Sometimes there's two in a month, and that's called a blue moon month. And anyway, this new moon brings new beginnings through these very sort of quite sort of sensitive, low-key background areas that I've just been speaking about, where the sun is. So if you make a move in a certain direction, doing something for yourself, something maybe nurturing for yourself, or pulling some sort of string from the background on the day of the eclipse itself, it will just then set the intention through the pulsing eclipse energy that happens the 4 weeks after the eclipse itself. Now, until the 11th, Mercury will be putting the mental focus on you furthering your aims. It's actually in quite a progressive area, and if you're listening to this in November, it will be there already. And it's quite a future orientated, so your thoughts will be future orientated, and the discussions and ideas might be centered around something in the future, or something you'd like to be in the future, or something innovative and different and original as well. And definitely have you thinking along very different, unconventional for you lines. Or maybe it's not like that, maybe it's something technological, because this also could be coming up here. Useful and unusual knowledge or information, or unconventional type experiences could be coming along, and you could be maybe a little bit inspired as well. Also, group involvement is very highlighted, as you getting really interesting little nuggets of information through a group, and that can of course be over the wires as well, or connecting in with a group, and so that can be grist to your mental mill. And then from the 11th, Mercury has moved into the area where the sun is, this sort of background introverted area. Your mind is sort of more introverted, you're thinking more deeply about things, and you're becoming more introspective, and maybe more aware of your inner processes and your feelings as well. And you may be just a little preoccupied when in the company of others. You could also be feeling a little bit torn in some sort of a way, and not clear. There's not the clarity you'd like there. That's going to be from the 11th. You just feel that things are a little bit up in the air, but again, listen to the dreams, listen to the inner guidance, watch the omens, because they're all sorts of things that are going to give you the answer that the normal everyday mind can't at this time. So just trust that inner guidance, and move beyond what is now getting in the way of your happiness. Don't fall into fear, which can happen with Mercury here. Now, until the 16th, friends and acquaintances are very well starred. Anything to do with a group of people as well, a social circle, is very well starred, and this will be, a ditto for online forums and the like. And you could feel that through these connections you can move forward with something that maybe you have waited for, hoped for a very long time. And group gatherings, but not just group gatherings, it can be a friendship, or it can be, a couple of special people, or a small group of special people that you through them you can move forwards, and you also could be seen as the friend or the person in the group that helps move somebody else forward as well at this time. So a lot of support coming through friends or through a group dynamic there for you, Capricorn. And then from the 16th, when Venus moves, Venus then goes into the background area, joins the Sun and Mercury until the Sun moves out of there on the 21st. And again, you more going on in the background, maybe teaming up with somebody in some way, in a background sort of way, or in using your intuition more, or listening to somebody else's intuition more, receiving somebody else's nurture a bit more, support a bit more, or indeed you being there as the nurturer and the supporter. Probably it's going to be a little bit of both. And another way it can work is that there is actually a relationship that's special, that's flourishing in the background, or within some kind of close-knit circle. And another way it can work is that you, from the, out of the goodness of your heart, are just wanting to put yourself out a little bit more. That might be happening on the 16th anyway, just for that one day there. Yeah. Now Mars stays in your sign until the 26th, which does mean, thankfully, that your energy levels won't be too bad at all, but also there'll be more demands made on your energy levels too. But definitely this can help you to make decisions about things, to take definite actions, even though from the 11th onwards, Mercury is going to be in an area where still there's certain things hanging in the air. But you might find that you just got to act fast to keep up with what's unfolding at the moment. And Mars likes to lead from the front, or in fact sometimes from the back, push in fact from the back. So Mars is about initiating new beginnings, and Mars' energy is going to be very strong in for you because it's in your he's in your sign. So you need to set about doing what you know you need to do. Bite the bullet and get on with it, basically. And you can afford to push yourself a little bit, not an awful lot though, because you are a sign that's getting a lot of Pluto and Uranus, but a little bit in order to get things accomplished. But try not to be too quick off the mark, because Mars's energy can be rather over impulsive and hasty as well. So just take your time there, but then when you feel solid ground under your feet, go for it. And careful not to spread yourself too thin, because of course Mars would have you do that as well, and then you could go into sort of a swoon or something, burn out a little bit, just overtire yourself. Nothing serious though. Mars then moves on the 26th and will be demanding that you put effort and decisiveness into the area to do with your material situation, finances, and to do with your security. Your feeling of safety is paramount to you, Capricorn, and anything that threatens that safety has you panicking. So, or nearly panicking, but sometimes yes. So anything to do with the piggy bank. Now, Mars isn't very intellectual. Mars is about rolling up sleeves and really putting your back into something, getting on with it. So it could have you taking action, but once again, remember Mars's hasty side. You could be looking to protect stuff or money, or maintain possessions, or anything around a property, or indeed organize it in a different way, or in fact sell up or let go in some way, and acquire something else, whether that's something large like a property or small. Be a funny time of the year to be selling things, but this is going on into January as well. So just careful you don't overreach or make a snap decision which you might regret later around money, property, possessions, or a space of some kind. And you might, be tempted to overstretch your physical strength because of, I don't know, literally moving things around in some way. So just be aware of that and look after yourself and watch your back. And that's it for December. If you want to know what Jupiter, Saturn and the other slow moving planets are doing, that's on my website. And also it can help to listen to your rising sign or your moon sign. That'll add to or subtract from what I've said here. And may I wish you a very happy time during this festive season, and I will see you the next time.